Hello everyone, welcome back to Broke Boy Custom. My name is Alex and today we are going to go to the junkyard and we're going to try to find some rims for the truck. Let's go see what we can find. Alright, we are here at a U-Pick U-Pull. This is pretty awesome. They gave you some nice early carts. All the cars are off the ground and I hope we can find ourselves an old Chevy with a nice set of rims. If not, I'm just picking up two Steelies, a 5x120 and calling it a day. Oh, these are 5x120. Corvette ones here. The after wheels are pretty nice. That's a sick leg, right? Yep, that's a leg. Oh man, what an oldie here. That's clean as hell. Why the hell did they junk it? Body's like impeccable for a junkyard car. Clean as hell. Alright, I was able to snag these two rims off of a BMW. Now he's got to fit it into the car somehow and get it home for the truck. I'll pick up the other two later. Alright, so I just made it back from the junkyard, back at the shop. I was only able to pick up two of them because A, I forgot to bring a lug wrench because I didn't have a size 17 because it's BMW. And two, because I drove them out of there and they're not exactly known for their large cargo space. So I got two rims from a 1998 BMW 740 Li. These rims are 5x120. I looked them up. It's going to be interesting to see where their offset is and how the hub sits on the wheel, or the wheel sits on the hub rather. That's very important for wheel fitment. Most of the time they're fine, but because I'm going from a car to a truck, it might be a little interesting. So I'm going to pull the wheel off and see. But yeah, here's a rim. That's gonna look dope. What's up guys, I'm back. It's been some time, a couple of weeks have passed, or more like a month has passed. It took some time to get the parts together. I got an assortment of wheel spacers. I ended up getting two new tires in the rear, and I used the same size that came off the BMW because they looked pretty good. Now, I did get 1.5 inch spacers for the front. Everywhere I looked, didn't have spacers for the front of a two-wheel drive S10. They said only for the rear, the fronts won't fit. And I said, screw it, let me buy a set and see why, and if I need to make adjustments, I will. So I went and got an 1.5 inch spacer, tried to fit it on, and it did not clear the hub. Apparently on the four-wheel drive trucks, it does clear, but on the two-wheel drives, the hub is just too big. So what I really needed was non-hub centric spacers. They are a little sketchy, but as long as you torque them correctly and keep checking your torques, you should be fine. I ended up grinding down the hub centric part of this. This one I pretty much got halfway through. I got the first one on and I thought I was gonna run these, but looking at the first one, it is flush, but it is going to make contact with the outer lip. So I went and got these 1-inch spacers. They are non-hub centric. As you can see, there is no step in here. And this hub bore is just as big as the first step in the old ones. So this, I'm gonna put in the front. It is gonna be a little tucked, more tucked than I would like. But if it means me being able to turn the wheel all the way, I will take that. You know, I already bought tires for the rear. So if after this it still rubs a little bit, I'll just go the next tire size down. So then I did get these 1.5-inch spacers. These ones are gonna go in the rear. I did try fit the other ones onto the rear before I started grinding them, and it was nice and flush. So the only thing I'm worried about right now is the rear wheels. The rear wheels do have extended lugs, so I might have to cut them to length, because if they poke out too far past the hub, then it's gonna contact the wheel and it's not gonna seat properly. So let's just get onto it, rip this thing apart, and you know, hopefully by middle of this week I can go get new tires and get aligned and get this thing running again. So we got the 1-inch on in the front. It does rub just a little bit on the very, like, it looks like a screw or bolt holding the fender liner in. So I'm just gonna get smaller tires, because even though it is that small amount, when you take in a turn, the car will lean into that turn, so you end up getting less clearance. So this tire on it right now is a 235/60/16. So what does that mean? It's just a bunch of numbers and letters, right? Well, actually, there is a rhyme and reason to all of that. The last number on that is your wheel diameter. That is the most important number in that whole sequence of numbers. You need to hit that one right. Whatever diameter your rim is, it has to be that. You cannot play around with that. Do not use half sizes, because those are usually trailer tires. Do not do that. You will be on the other side of the road, I promise you. I have seen that on some vehicles before. As for the first two numbers, that's where you can play around with if you're looking for perfect fitment or to get your fitment more dialed in. First number is your measurement from sidewall to sidewall. So total width of the tire. And that is in millimeters. Most tire manufacturers give you a recommended size. You can go a little higher, a little lower. Take in mind though that if you go too small or too big, the tire does get very hard to mount on the wheel. If you like your tire shop guy, or if you just know someone who's really good at it, you know, let them deal with it. The second number is the aspect ratio. Your aspect ratio is the percentage of your sidewall. I do say percentage, not measurements. It is entirely based on the width of your tire. So a 235/60 is 60% of 235 millimeters. Why do they do this? I don't know. They've done this for years. They're still doing it. They're never going to stop doing this. It is what it is. So my tire is 60% of 235 millimeters. Editor Alex, put that up there, whatever that number is. Doesn't really matter. Because the tire is rubbing up on the back here, I'm going to go with a smaller aspect ratio. I might have to also go with a narrower tire because I don't believe they make a lot of sidewall options for 235. So I'm going to take this over to the tire shop and we are going to figure out a tire size that'll work. I'll order them, buy them, and I might even have them aligned or two if they give me the right price. So all there's left to do right now is to slap the other side on and slap the rear on and get going. All right, we're back. So we have some problems. I tried pulling it out and I just got a wicked rubbing noise coming from the right front wheel. The mounting point for the tie rod is just straight rubbing on that side. And I done goofed because I based everything off of the left front wheel, and that's the wheel that got hit by the curb. I believe it may have tweaked it out. I didn't think it would because it's such thick metal, but apparently it did. So the passenger side is still fine, but it's a lot more tweaked in or it's a lot more tweaked out. So it is rubbing on the inner lip of the wheel, which is also a problem with balancing in the future. It did grind out a pretty good chunk out. Like it pretty much is like skimmed out a big chunk. I'm gonna bounce around a couple ideas right now, but I think I'm gonna end up ordering the 1.5 inches for the front with the right hub size. Hey guys, so I did lose a bit of my footage, so I'm just gonna give you a bit of a rundown of what happened after that point. So the 1.5 inch spacers was like the perfect size to get it flush and to keep it away from the tie rod. I ended up getting 225 50/16s on the front, and we still are rocking the 235 60/16s in the rear. It's giving it a nice rate to look, but we got plenty of work to do left on this truck. As it stands right now, it's not a great daily, so I want to do some mods to it to make it more dailyable. One of which being, because now I have different tire sizes, if I ever get a flat, I'm screwed because the rear has a locked diff. I cannot get a spare tire on one side. I have to carry around 2 spare tires because if I put a different size tire left and right, it'll just chirp all the way and just burn up tires. We have that. We have a bunch of interior mods I want to do. We may also find a nice home for these guys, if you guys remember from my seat bracket video. The Miata is now up and running and is pretty reliable. So, you know, that means we got to start doing some more mods to it. Because everyone knows when your car is reliable, you start throwing some parts on it. The Magna has everything wrong with it. I really need to get down and strip it down all the way, clean up every line, check every electrical connection, replace all the maintenance items, replace all the fluids, and try to start it and see where we are with that. It's a full list of things to do. It's getting near the end of the year, so sounds like a good New Year's resolution list. I know my content hasn't been very frequent. I'm trying to put out more quality over quantity. I'm upgrading my setup, getting better software, and just really putting the time into recording and editing because I don't want to put out content unless it is quality stuff. I want you guys to enjoy it. Let me know in the comments what you liked and disliked in this video. Let me know what kind of projects you want to see come back. Let me know what kind of work you want me to do with the truck, because I am open to suggestions with the truck. I do want to make it a more DIY budget build, so a lot of junkyard used and cheap parts. But let me know in the comments. You know, we're not going to go, you know, big block supercharger and all that kind of stuff, because I can't afford that and it's not really my realm. But in the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.